STL TV Live. I'm back with Terri O'Neil from Historic Florissant Inc. And now we're going to get into a little bit more about the organization and why it was founded. So tell me a bit about the history.
Originally, a lady named Rosemary Davidson and 4 other ladies started Historic Florissant, initially with the idea to preserve some buildings who had become disarrayed and needed some work. They were bound to be torn down unless these ladies came in and helped raise money to fix the properties, which they did. We've gotten a little bit away from that, and now we tend to do more research and archival work in Historic Florissant, but we do still help preserve some homes.
Because you'll find families that have lived generation after generation after generation in Florissant,
yes.
And the same thing as well for the homes. So is that people come to you and say, I want to know more about my house, and you have access, or you're storing all the records?
Yes, we keep a lot of archives on staff at Historic Florissant. People are available to come in, check into the history of their homes. Some like to do genealogy. Some like to do other researches for their business or find maybe old photographs that belong to their property, and we're happy to share those with them.
And that's all, you have that all stored?
Yes.
Interesting, interesting. Tell me a bit about the history, though, of Florissant, when there is a historic district, and what sort of made it an important area of the broader St. Louis area.
Sure. Originally, Florissant was French. It was formed by the French and the Spanish, and later the German came in, and you can see all those different architectures throughout Florissant. And we're in a small 6x6 radius of the historic district. Mm-hmm. We have many landmarked properties, but originally it was set up by the Spanish commander, and the French were to live here, but eventually the Germans were brought in. And we have German and a French school and church, and many of the other things that fit with those architectures.
And then the homes you were saying reflect that.
Yes.
And so when we really talk about Historic Florissant, we're looking at that sort of original 6x6 area. In our first interview, you mentioned some of the sort of fables or the tales behind some of the houses. Are there any other really interesting stories that come out from whether it's a building or a home or architecture, just in general, about the history of Florissant?
Well, we do have a beautiful home in the Historic Florissant called Casa Alvarez, which one of the fables is that he was friends with Henry Shaw, and he had a beautiful garden. That since he was Henry Shaw's friend, he had a lot of the plantings from his garden. Okay. And the home does still exist. And originally it was a Spanish storekeeper's home, and he could look over the valley to where the French had the common area where they lived.
Okay, and we have a photo of a home. It's a brick home. We're making the distinction that this home
Sure.
is not on your Christmas tour.
Right.
But tell me about this building that we're looking at.
This home is the Gittemeyer House, and it's currently our office and archive.
This is, okay.
Yes. Originally, though, this is when it was going to be demolished.
I see.
And it was saved by Historic Florissant, and currently it is redone and restored back to its original condition. Everything has been completely restored to original.
I see. So we were looking at the one with the wreaths on it. That was actually, that's the present day version
Correct.
of it, but that was when it was before you moved into it. So where was your office located? Where was it located before that?
We did not have one.
Interesting.
It was just located out of people's homes.
So how does the breakdown work? I had asked you off camera about a home that I see right at 270 and the inner belt that's probably on that Hazelwood Florissant border. That's a historic home. How does the organization work to spot properties, try to preserve them? How does that sort of action or course of action take place?
Well, a lot of times you find out about the properties either from the homeowners or just in neighborhood knowledge of knowing about it. And you worked with the homeowners to try to find out what actually needs to be done to that home and if you can find the funding to do it. And a lot of times groups, organizations, neighborhood people will get together and come up with a way to help fulfill those needs.
Okay, all right. And a great opportunity for those of you watching at home to see some of these historic homes is to go on the Christmas tour. We're going to throw up that information right now on the screen for you. It's taking place Sunday, November 30th from 2 to 6 o'clock. It's a great opportunity not only to see the Christmas decorations and how these houses have been decorated, but really to learn more about the homes themselves and their history, since they have such an extensive history. So check it out. It's Sunday, November 30th from 2 to 6 o'clock. Throughout historic Old Town Florissant, and the address is right there for you. And if you want more information, head to the website historicflorissant.com. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for being here, and good luck with your event on the 30th.
Thank you.
All right. Well, when we return on STL TV Live, we'll chat with Maureen Wilson and Samantha Chrisman from Pino's Palette, Chesterfield. We'll be right back right after this.